Hello everyone, my name is Rosanna and I love luxury fashion and all kinds of shopping. Today we are chatting about Chanel Cruise 22-23 collection. It just launched November 4th and will be in stores mid-November. So let's get started with all of the bags and a couple of shoes that I think are the hottest for the season to end off. The first one we have is a mini flat bag. It is lambskin resin and it is again that signature light gold hardware. I do love that square stitching on it. It gives really vintage vibes to it, retro vibes, but I'm not actually a huge fan of the resin square cubes. Another mini flat bag is in this red gorgeous lambskin and it has these charms on that strap. Again, I'm not a huge fan of the charms. I feel like they'll just knock everywhere. It reminds me of those like charm bracelets that everyone used to have back in the day. And I did love them at that time, but another mini flat bag is again in lambskin and it is light gold hardware and it has that ball for that adjustable strap, and it is again enamel, but for some reason I am liking this one a little bit more. It's a little bit more subtle and I do like that there is this version to adjust the straps, since you know you can use it without any like extra attachments, and you can just really easily change up the length of it. So I do like this black version. Another flat bag. This one is quite interesting. It's viscose material and it's woven into this herringbone kind of pattern. And the hardware actually looks like it's a little bit deeper in a brush gold. I like the weaving. I think it's quite nice. And the price is kind of reasonable. It's 6,700 Canadian for that intricate weaving. I think it's kind of pretty. Another mini flat bag with top handle. This one's 5,900 Canadian dollars. I actually love this one. It is with silk though, so it is like not lambskin. I wish it was lambskin because fabric is just so much more delicate, but I love the top handle. It has all those CCs woven into that top handle and it has Chanel and Strass. Beautiful. It's so gorgeous, very classic. And inside it looks like it's a pink lining. Really pretty. For classic handbags for the season, they're pushing wool jersey, so a fabric bag, and for a classic handbag price 10,000 Canadian dollars. It is not really my thing. It's gorgeous, of course, but I wouldn't pay that much for fabric. And not even like an evening, like the silk one, almost understandable for an evening look, but wool jersey and the pink lining inside. I personally don't like mixing red and pink. What about you? Like, I don't know why those two colors just clash for me. I just personally don't like mixing red and pink together. Another mini flat bag is the lambskin enamel Strass and gold tone. This one's actually really pretty. It's just like a really nice edging with all the, like it says, Rue Cambon, Paris, Monaco. It's a nice update for a seasonal bag. Pretty. A mini flat bag. This next mini flat bag I think is definitely a winner. Is 5,900 Canadian. And it is grain calfskin, so that you know it's going to be durable, you know it's going to be good for that everyday wear. And it has that double chain strap with CCs, large CCs interwoven in that chain. It's absolutely really nice. This one I think is definitely worth. This one's like a gem in this collection for sure, and I didn't even notice it that hard when I first looked at it. So pretty. And this next one, to die for. This is probably my favorite bag in the entire collection. Another mini flat bag. There's tons of this season. Calfskin, so we know it's good. And look at that logo, Strass and gold tone metal. That logo is so pretty. It's so gorgeous. I loved how they crystallized that logo, and then with that, like, what is it, octagon shape. surrounding it, it just makes it so much more elevated. It looks like a whole new logo, but it looks so good. They did this one really, really well. And I'm going to show you a shoe near the end too with this logo. So make sure you check that part out. It does come in a light gray, but I like the black better. I think just black and the crystals just like shine a little bit brighter. Another lamb skin mini flat bag is this light orange one. This one's all right. I actually think they did okay. Another one is this mini flat bag. The price is available upon request. We know that's expensive, but it's really pretty. Mixed fiber, sequins, imitation pearls. This one kind of reminds me of like my grandma's cardigan type of thing, but I love it. It's very pretty. It looks like a lot of like hand stitching. I wouldn't pay it for the Chanel price, but I would love to have like a sweater or like a top like this or a skirt. Really, I think it's really pretty. Another mini flat bag. Again, this one is a little bit higher in price, $7,300, because it has all the sequins. Again, it reminds me of a bit of like a grandma's like cardigan, but a thrifted version, so not really my thing. Another mini flat bag. I think we saw this earlier in black, and this one's like with those enamel like jewelry chains and charms. Another mini flat bag, and this one is light gray. We saw a really similar one earlier. It's like a charm bracelet chain strap. It's okay. And we're going to hobo bags. I feel like Chanel has been pushing hobo bags for a little while, you know, the Chanel 22, but this one's a new version of it. Again, it's with that wool jersey, so I'm not a huge fan. At first, when I first saw this, I was like, ugly. But now I'm like, kind of cute. I kind of like those eyelets on the top of that hobo bag where that chain strap goes through. I don't know. Sometimes I like start liking something. And I do really like that pocket in the front. I gotta say, that's a really nice touch. You could definitely fit your phone in there and everything. Comes in the black as well. It's growing on me for some reason. I'm sure, oh right, yes, it does come in crumpled calfskin. So it does come in white. It's kind of pretty. I kind of like, I feel like the white one for the calfskin is going to be a hit. Like I feel like we're gonna see people wearing this one. It comes in a shiny red crumpled calfskin also. I try to stay away from crumpled calfskin or like crumpled leather, because over time, that shiny part of the coating and the leather, it actually separates. But that's over like a lot of years, and it's like if you're storing it incorrectly, like if you were storing it a really humid place. There's a yellow wool jersey of it, but I do like that pop of color inside with this yellow and turquoise blue. For that contrast, for some reason, I'm loving. It's definitely cruise. It screams cruise, those colors. Yellow and this like beautiful aquamarine. Gorgeous. And another Chanel 22 handbag. We've seen this all before, but what's updated about this season, it has white stitching. White stitching. It's like a whole new innovation. Who would have thought of that? It doesn't really sway me any more than it did when it had tonal stitching. I almost like that it has tonal stitching better than white stitching. The maxi shopping bag, the only one that they have available for this season, kind of goes with the same vibe. It has white stitching on it as well for that contrast. It's okay. It definitely screams cruise to me, so I think it nails that collection, but I don't see anything for it for me. We're going into vanity cases. Patent calfskin, it is like this neon pink. It looks ridiculous, and I feel like you can fit absolutely nothing in there. And for some reason, just looking at it without seeing it in person, I feel like this looks more cheaply made. It doesn't look very like premium. I don't like how it opens up like that. They do have it in a white lambskin, and it's the same thing. I don't like how it opens up. It just looks like it's very, like, not a very premium craftsmanship. But this next one with Strass and Gold Tone. I do think this one is premium. I like that it has a metal closure in the back, and I'm loving that Chanel Strass detail right at the lip. Really pretty. This one, not that I would get a vanity case, and I think circles are really like annoying to use, or like cylindricals are really hard to use in terms of like actually putting your things in, and for like the normal person that's actually trying to use their bags and not just use it for decoration. But I think this one is like well made. Another small vanity case. This one looks like a little mini briefcase, but I think it has the same vibe as the cylindrical ones. I don't like the way that it opens. I feel like the neck of the back of that bag where it opens will start to like weaken over time. So I don't really like how that looks. A small round bag. I do like the top handle idea. We saw a bag earlier with the same top handle. I think we're over round bags right now. And there's a sphere, and I love how Chanel brought this like black and white retro ball throughout the collection. We saw a little mini flat bag earlier with that the same ball, but it was like adjustable ball for the chain, and now we see it as like a bag itself. I don't like the bag, but I think that's like a really fun way to create a cohesive collection. But I do like how the chain is woven with white and black chain. Quite nice. This one is also a gem of the collection. It's a mini evening bag. It's 6,700, so it's a little bit more, of course. We've seen like evening bags in the past collections where they used fabric for one side or silk for one side and then metal, but I find those ones don't wear as well, right? You don't want to like silk and fabrics, they're not good for like daily pounding, like for wear. This one's black lambskin and gold metal, and it's just so pretty. I love how entirely it's leather. Like when I'm paying this price, I want to be paying for like premium material. I don't want to be paying for like cotton fabric, you know? I want to be paying for lambskin. I want to be paying for like metal. I want the thing to feel like heavy and like premium. So this one I feel like kills it. I think it's so nice for anyone who loves gold. I think this is a gorgeous one. And it does come in a small size also. Another evening bag they have reminds me of like my childhood evening bags. Like I've had these beaded evening bags when I was a child for like Hello Kitty, like different like figurines where we got it off like the Asian market. But Chanel is doing it, and I mean it's nice. It kind of gives me like nostalgic vibes, but I don't know if I would pay. I mean, how much is this? Like price upon request probably. So like I wouldn't pay for this now. It comes in the mini version, and for the mini version, it's 8,500 Canadian. So the big one is probably like 10,000. But I like feel like my mom got it for me at the market for like 30 bucks. So maybe I wouldn't pay Chanel prices, but it gives me really nostalgic feeling for this. I really think it's pretty. But you can fit nothing in this mini evening bag. And I love how it comes, the colors are though really pretty, and it has it in the white. Large backpack Chanel 22, 6,500, and it has that contrast stitching, white leather, shiny calfskin with black contrast stitching. I do like that the inside is nude lining, so it's not completely white inside. And then there's a large backpack Chanel 22, same thing, but in shiny red calfskin with white stitching. This one I like a little better than the white. I feel like the white, like I like white bags and I appreciate it because white is just harder to take care of just in general. So if I was to get white, I would want it for like an evening bag or a classic flap, like a smaller bag. But for a backpack that's going to be a little bit harder to take care of, I would go for darker colors. So the red one is really nice, and it does give me retro vibes, and I almost like that this one is white contrast stitching. And I can see where they're leaning into retro and like 70s as we keep moving forward. Actually nice. And I know I just said stay away from white, blah, blah, blah. But this white maxi bowling bag is actually nice. It reminds me of something I was wearing when I was in high school. Everyone loved using these massive like bowling bags. A really popular one in my city was like from TNA, from Aritzia, and everyone's using these like massive bowling bags, and this totally reminds me of it. It's almost like that new Dior bag that came out too, of the bowling bag. This is like Chanel's version of it, and they have this one in aged calfskin, dark blue. Like the prices are like normal Chanel prices, but I feel for the size of it, it's almost worth it. It's 6,000 Canadian, but this bag is massive. So it's almost like worth the price if you like calculate it per square inch of how big the bag is. This camera bag is kind of interesting. We did see a mini flat bag in black earlier, but not a camera bag shape. I'm sure they have different colors actually in stores compared to what we see online also. I'm sure they don't list every single thing out in stores, and especially because we've said this before, we see in different regions, Asia, Europe, North America, have slightly different color selections as well as style collections. So it's just like slightly different sometimes. But this mini camera bag is nice. I'm not a huge fan of this like red, but it's like almost like a light orangey red color or like pinkish red color. Like I'm not a huge fan of the color, but overall the shape I like. And this one is another winner. Definitely people, mark my words, people are going to be wearing this bag. Maxi bowling bag, shiny crumpled, calfskin and gold tone. People are buying this one for sure. 100% 6,700. It gives me all the vintage vibes, but this one is going to be a hit. Trust me. I said it here first. Small camera bag, 5,400. This one's also with that viscose weaving. I did think it was interesting for that classic floppy look, but it does come in white, and this one gives me beach vibes. I actually like the white one a lot better. And I just realized the little gold flecks, the weaving in there is shiny, so it has like a beautiful, nice light gold. I can imagine this for like a Monaco holiday beach getaway. Obviously, like, you know, if you're gonna spend New Year's in somewhere hot and beachy, this is the bag to get, which is nice. Comes in black, but now that I've seen the white and light gold, black is kind of boring. Another large bowling bag. This one looks even bigger. Oh my gosh, it's 31 centimeters by 26. That's this big. Holy crap. I just realized how big that was. 31 centimeters by 26. That's like around this size, like bigger than my head for sure. So you're gonna fit the whole kitchen sink in here. Like you can literally shove everything in there. You can put your dog in here. It's gonna be a Paris Hilton moment, I swear. I'm not a huge fan of this bag compared to the other maxi black bowling bag, but I swear to God, it's gonna blow up. I have a feeling that 3 of these bags this season, that evening bag is going to be really great, but I'm sure it's really expensive, so not everyone will get it. But that bowling bag is going to be a big one for cruise. If you were to pick any bag, I would pick a bowling bag this season, as well as that mini flat bag with that like shape. That one's really nice. Love. Okay, on to shoes. I didn't like too many of the shoes this collection, but I will just pop in a couple of pictures of what I thought was the best. One of the ankle boots, glitter tulle and grow grain. I do like the big CC in the back, but overall they're just meh. But what is going to be nice is these mules. It's this crochet mules. It comes in white and black, but really pretty. I can tell that people are going to be wearing this very beach casual vibes. I don't think this one will blow up at all, but this one's sandals, lambskin, metal strass, and imitation pearls. It does come in different colors, but white is my favorite, and I love how it has that heart CC right at the front. I don't think this is going to blow up, but I think this is going to be a good classic pair of sandals. I bought my Chanel sandals, just very classic CC sandals, very similar to this with a short wedge heel. And I've had it for like a couple of years, and I still see like repeating styles. So if you want a classic sandal, I definitely feel like this is the one, and this is probably one you should get. The prices increase every single year. It's so expensive now, 1,800 Canadian. So you should grab it. For Chanel sneakers, I always like to look at sneakers. There's a silver one, which is nice, and it also comes in the light gold, which is almost nicer. But I always, you know, silver is almost more like younger and more modern, and light gold is a little bit older or like mature taste, but I love my light gold and gold, so I like the light gold one better. And the last 2 shoes I do want to share with you, which I think are going to be amazing, is these pumps with satin, metal, and strass. So same like that pentagon, octagon, whatever. Pentagon? I think that's 5 sides. Okay, that like rectangular logo and faux strass. I think these are really retro looking, and I like how they took out the big Chanel branding on the insole, which I mean, I no one's gonna see that anyways, but I think it's really nice. And it comes in the ballerina flats, and I think I do like the ballerina flats over the heeled version, just because you can wear it more often. And I like that ruching of that satin right at the front. I think it's gorgeous. So those were everything in the Chanel Cruise 22-23 collection that I took notice of. I shared with you on pretty much all the bags. So let me know what you think is going to be your favorite of the collection, or is it just a pass? Please like and subscribe, and I will see you again in my next video. Bye.